Hello, my name is Israel Burgos, and today, alongside with my partner Sergio Emilio, we're going to be presenting our key activity. So, first of all, we're going to start with Sergio's spending habits.
Yeah, my spending habits of the week and the month is food, gasoline, coffee, get out with my friends, breakfast in inside the tech, the super, clothes and shoes, and this is my expenses of the week and my expenses of the month. Well, if I'm surprised by my spending habits, well, yes, I was a little surprised by my spending habits. I didn't realize how much I was spending on certain things until I start tracking my expenses. I learned that I tend to spend a lot of money on eating out and buying clothes. I also learned that I tend to spend money impulsively without really thinking about whether I really need the item or not. I spend the most money in the food category, particularly eating out at restaurants. And I spend the less money in the entertainment category. I didn't go out to movies or concerts or other events very often this month. And if I will you make change on your spending habits? Well, yes, I will definitely make some changes to my spending habits. How would you change? List the steps you will take. First, I will try to cook at home more often instead of eating out. I will also make a list of things I need before going shopping and stick to that list to avoid impulsive buys. And finally, I will try to set a budget for myself for each category of spending to make sure I don't overspend. And at the end of the month, does your income exceed your expenses or vice versa? My expenses definitely exceeds my income this month. And if your income exceeds your expenses, what do you do with that extra money? I would save that extra money in my savings account for future expenses or emergencies. And if you spend more money than what you receive, how do you solve this? I will try to out back on my spending and find ways to save money. This might include cutting back on eating out, buying cheaper groceries, or finding ways to earn money income. And what should be your monthly salary to pay all your expenses? I'm not sure what my monthly salary will need to be to pay all my expenses, as it depends on what my expenses are. However, I will need to make sure that my salary is enough to cover all my necessary expenses, such as rent, utilities, food, and transportation.
Okay, moving on to my weekly and monthly expenses. I think that on food, eating out, I spend around 500 pesos a week. Gasoline 375, the dermatologist also 375, electricity 200, water 212, Wi-Fi 125, groceries 500, and going out with my friends about 435 or 500 pesos. This is weekly. Monthly, what I did, I multiplied all of that by 4. So I found out that in food I spent 2,000, gasoline 1,500, derma 1,500, electricity 800, water 850, Wi-Fi 500, groceries 2,000, friends 1,700, which came out to a total of 10,550. Okay, so was I surprised by my spending habits? I actually wasn't that surprised because I always have like a budget or something, an amount of money that I spend weekly. So I kind of have in mind how I spend money in. What did you learn about your spending habits? I think I am moderate. I don't think I spend a lot of money like food and things like that. Uh, in what category did you spend most money? I spend most of my money in food and groceries because I think it's an essential thing, and I buy most of that. in which category do you spend the least money. I found that going out with my friends, I spend least money on that because I don't think it's very important or it's very necessary for that. Okay, would you change your spending habits? I think I should be saving a little bit more money because it's not a healthy thing that all the money you get from income, you spend it. I think it's a little bit reckless, so I would do that. How would you change? I think the great way to doing this is eating out less and buying cheaper alternatives for my groceries because that's kind of like where I spend most of my money. And sometimes I can eat at my house and I decide not to eat at my house and I decide to go to a restaurant with my friends. So sometimes I spend a lot of money doing that. So sometimes I eat out when I could be eating inside my house. Once at the end of the month, does your income exceed your expenses or vice versa? The money that I get is the same that the money that I spend. So I don't really need more money, but I really do think that I should be saving more money. If your income exceeds your expenses, what would you do to get some extra money? What would you do with that extra money? I think I would buy any piece of clothing, although that's really rare because I think I manage my finances normally. If you spend more than what you receive, how do you solve this? Again, I don't really get that type of situation because all the money that I get is the money that I spend and I don't really excel. But if I do that, I might ask my parents for more money. This is for really rare cases. And what should be your monthly salary to pay out your expenses? I think monthly, 10,000 pesos, although weekly, 2,500, something like that. So in conclusion, we realize that each other has different expenses and that they seem to be really similar when they are compared. Sergio?
With a man and a woman, there are expenses more than a woman has than a man. And the three of us consider that we will have to have a high income to be able to solve our expenses. In addition, the more we grow, we will have more expenses and everything will rise in price over the years.
Thank you very much.